Welcome back to my channel, Diva in the Apron. This your girl, Kayla. So guys, today I am bringing y'all another bomb recipe. Today I'm making truffle mac and cheese. I love truffle mac and cheese. It's so bomb, guys. It tastes so doggone good. Just when you think macaroni and cheese can't get no better, it gets better. So if you're a macaroni and cheese lover, then you guys definitely better try this recipe. But if you're looking for a regular old school mac and cheese, I got you. Go ahead and check out one of my previous videos that I did. That macaroni and cheese is bomb too, guys. You just can't go wrong with mac and cheese, all right? So guys, I'm not gonna hold y'all up. Let's get into those ingredients. So I'm starting off with my specialty cheeses. And first up is Gruyere cheese, guys. A Gruyere cheese, just give it a kick. You will also need some Gouda, all right? And I purchased these from Publix, guys. So if you live in a state where you have Publix, you can go to Publix and you can find it without no hassle. If not, you can also find it at any other market though. So no big deal. I also have some extra sharp cheddar by Sargento. And I know people say that the brand don't matter, but honey, the brand matters. It matters. I have some leftover Parmesan cheese. I'm using some Corkscrew pasta, seasoned Panko breadcrumbs. You will need some parsley, some parsley flakes, and you definitely need this truffle salt, y'all. Don't even bother to make it without the truffle salt or the truffle oil. Nope, don't even bother. All right, so you will also need some black pepper, minced garlic. All right, I gotta re-up on my minced garlic, y'all. 1 egg, a half of onion, and some flour for your roux, 1 stick of butter or margarine, and some heavy whipping cream. All right, guys, let's make some mac and cheese. So first, I'm going to start off by boiling my pasta. I have my pot filled up halfway with water. I just added in a drizzle of oil. You guys can also salt your water if you want to. Now I'm adding in the pasta and I will be cooking this for a few minutes until it's al dente. So while my pasta is boiling, I'm going to go ahead and start grating my cheese. I'm starting off with my Gouda cheese, and don't forget to remove the waxed rind that you guys see me remove. You don't want to grate that up in your cheese. Next up is my Gruyere cheese. Now, some people decide to keep the aged rind on. However, you can't just peel it off like most rinds on the cheese, so I'm going to remove mine with the knife. It looks like a little bit, but once you grate it, it's actually a good amount. So my cheese is all done. Now I'm going to finely chop half of this onion, and you just want a little piece. You don't want a lot. You just want that natural flavor from the onion. Next up is my 1 egg, and I'm just going to lightly beat the egg and set it aside until I'm ready for it. Y'all see I had to remove that chalaza. All right, guys, so first thing I'm going to do is saute my onion and my garlic, and I'm just adding a little bit of truffle oil to my pan, and I'm also adding in some butter. Remember, you can use butter or margarine. So now that my butter and my truffle oil is nice and hot, I'm going to add in my minced garlic and my finely chopped onions. So I'm just going to saute my garlic and onion just for a minute or two. And this smells so good combined with that truffle oil. Oh my goodness. So now I'm adding in my flour so I can make my roux. And I'm just going to continue to mix this up until it thickens. And as you guys can see, it's already starting to thicken. This is the way you want your roux to look before you add in your cream. So now I'm adding in 2 cartons of heavy whipping cream, and you want to add it in slowly while whisking. Now I'm adding in the 2nd carton of heavy whipping cream. So my stove is on a medium heat, and I'm just going to continue to whisk it up until it thickens. So as it started to thicken, I'm going to add in my black pepper. So now it's time to add in my cheese. So I'm starting off with my Gouda cheese. Then I'm adding in the Gruyere cheese. Now with the Gouda and the Gruyere, I don't add it all at once. I add in about half of it. Now I'm adding in some sharp cheddar, Parmesan, and I'm going to mix this up until it's nice and creamy, and you guys will see the cheese will slowly start to melt. So you want to just keep mixing it and make sure that your stove is on a medium low heat because you don't want your cheese to burn. So you guys see how the sauce is nice and thick? That's what you want. And as you can see, some of the cheese hasn't quite melted yet. So I'm just going to taste it to see where it's at. And it tastes good. So I know once I add in the rest of the cheese, it will be perfect. So I'm adding in the rest of the Parmesan, Gruyere, and Gouda cheese. And I'm just saving a little bit to add to my pasta. So now that all my cheese is in, I'm just going to slowly mix all the cheese together so it can melt, and my stove is on a medium heat. Now I'm adding in just a drizzle of truffle oil, and once I add this in, I will turn my stove down to a low heat. And I'm just going to mix this in, and I'm going to let my cheese sauce simmer while I make my breadcrumbs. So I'm going to turn my stove down to a low heat and let this simmer while I make my breadcrumbs. So I'm adding in 4 tablespoons of butter, which I just melted, and 1 cup of breadcrumbs. And this part is just super easy, guys. Now I'm adding in the melted butter, and I'm going to mix this up until my breadcrumbs are evenly coated with butter. And you will know because they'll be nice and shiny. See how it looks, guys? That's how you want it to look. So my pasta is all done, and while it's still hot, I'm just going to pour about a half a tablespoon in and mix it in. So now I'm adding the leftover Gouda and Gruyere cheese to my pasta. So that's how much it was, guys. Not too much. So once I add that in, I'm just going to mix it up. And if your noodles are still hot, then your cheese will start to melt. If not, it will melt once you pour your cheese sauce over it. All right, guys, so here we go. I'm adding in half of my cheese sauce, and look at that cheese sauce. So I'm just going to mix this up. And then that cheese I added in will start to melt into this. Oh man, this is just amazing. This dish is just so good, guys. All right, so now I'm adding in the rest of the cheese sauce. Next up is the 1 beaten egg. And I'm just going to mix that up. You want to mix that in really good to get that egg in there. I just can't get over the cream. It's the creaminess for me. Y'all see how creamy this is? This is the way you want your sauce to be, nice and creamy. So finally, it's time to add in the truffle salt. Now, normally I add the truffle salt to the sauce, but today I'm trying something new and I'm adding it to the pasta. So this will just top everything off and make those flavors come together. So season to taste, and you want to mix that in very good so that way that truffle salt can be nice and even throughout the pasta. So you want to spread it around really good. All right, so I'm going in for my second taste test.
Wow, guys, it tastes so good. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, so now I'm going to add a little bit of truffle oil to my baking dish, and I'm just going to rub that around really good. All right, so now I'm just adding my pasta to my baking dish. And when I say this dish is so rich, guys, it's just so rich. I love this truffle mac. By the way, make sure you have your oven preheated to 375. So I'm just going to flatten out the top and press my macaroni and cheese down in the pan. So now I'm just going to sprinkle my breadcrumbs on top, and I like a lot of breadcrumbs. So if you don't like a lot of breadcrumbs, you can do a nice thin layer, but I'm heavy on the breadcrumbs. I love that crunch on top. Now I'm just topping it off with a little bit of parsley. This is optional as well, but a little parsley never hurts. Now the last step is just to drizzle a little bit of truffle oil on top. And remember, guys, this will bake on 375 for about 30 minutes until brown. My truffle mac is all done, guys, and it looks delish. Those breadcrumbs has browned perfectly and it smells so good.
All right, y'all, so you see how that truffle mac came out, guys. It looks delicious, and my whole house smells like a restaurant in here. Like, it smells so good. It's popping. All right, guys, let's taste it. Let's see how it came out. Okay, let me get a piece with some breadcrumbs. It came out delish, guys. It tastes amazing. This is so good. I wish I had like a piece of steak or some salmon right about now. This would go so good with that, guys. This is so good. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my truffle mac because my plate is waiting on me. So make sure you guys subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this recipe, if you try it, or if you have any questions. Don't be scared, y'all. Leave me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this recipe. Turn on your post notification bell. And also, guys, share this video. Share it with anyone that you think may like truffle mac. Share it, share it, share it. All right, guys. Y'all know what time it is. I will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.